Hello and welcome to the latest episode of the Low Budget Review Show. I am your host, Eric Smith. Today I'm talking about Splatter at Sea presents Sirens and Seaweed by Candace Nola. This is part of Judith Sonnet's 10-day challenge, where Judith and some of her author friends have 10 days to write, edit, produce, and put a book up for sale. Cover art by Christy Aldridge. Wonderful, wonderful artwork that goes together with the rest of the books to make a big old picture. And in this book, basically we have a bunch of pirates. And it's actual pirate times, old-timey pirates, and there's a huge storm. They're blown off course. They find an island, and they go to the island to restock all their supplies and things, and they come across something strange. I guess that's all I'll tell you for the nutshell. For the too long didn't watch folks, I gave this 4 out of 5 stars on Goodreads. I really liked it. I'm a fan of Candace Nola. She does all sorts of interesting stuff. She's not just writing the same thing over and over again. She writes like really dark and gruesome things, and she writes some fun and gruesome things. And this is her second time doing the 10-day challenge with Judith Sonnet. And so in this book, as I said, we have a bunch of old-timey pirates. And we start right in the middle of a storm. This young lad on the boat is sick. He's taken to the ship's doctor. Other crew members have lashed themselves to whatever they can. The captain, who's just a tough as nails, cold-hearted bastard, gets wounded. He's taken back to his cabin so the doctor can take care of him. Eventually the storm abates, and they've been blown off course. I already mentioned all this stuff. But someone spots an island, and they decide, all right, before we do anything else, let's head for that island. And the captain eventually gets up, and he's like, all right, we'll do it. But this is what I'm back in charge now. This is what we're going to do. We're going to run supplies, blah, 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 blah. Well, the people that go to the island, they find something, and they quickly report back to the captain, and he's like, let's go back to the island. There's some shit going down. I'm really trying to avoid any type of spoilers here. So, as I said, Candace Nola is a great author. In this very tiny book, very tiny span of time, she's able to give us some character development for a few of the different characters. I mean, some of the pirates are just generic pirate number 2. And she's able to sort of build this world. She gives the captain and a few others backstory that may or may not affect what goes on in the rest of the story. And the thing that they discover is quite interesting, and I can't say too much more about it. I don't want to spoil anything. But as I said, 4 out of 5 stars, so I recommend it. It was fun. This is the only book in the Splatter at Sea series. I believe there was a period piece. Everything else is modern times. So it was kind of fun to do this, old-timey pirates kind of thing. And it ties into it. It is horror. So, it's, again, trying to avoid any types of spoilers at all. It's good fun. There's some craziness going on. It's well written. Candace Nola is a great writer. It's well written. It's interesting. It's fun. It's Sirens and Seaweed by Candace Nola. So question for this video. Are you a fan of pirates? For me, it all depends on the story. I can admit I've never seen a single Pirates of the Caribbean movie. Just because I tend, unfortunately, not to watch as many movies as I'd like to. If I'm going to watch, it's most likely going to be horror, or a comic book movie or an action movie. I guess the Pirates movies could be considered action movies. Just haven't gotten around to them. At least watching the first one. I got nothing against Pirates. I'm not a big Johnny Depp fan. But I don't mind a good pirate story. It kind of comes down to everything else I read. I want it to be well written with interesting characters and a compelling story. I haven't read a ton. I suppose, I don't know, would pirates fit under fantasy? Whatever genre they're under. I just haven't read a lot of it. I've read plenty of fantasy, I suppose. Not a ton. I'm not like, it's not my favorite genre. But let's say it's the pirates are part of the fantasy genre. The way Conan is. It would be the tiniest fraction of what I've read in fantasy would be pirates. Nothing against them, just haven't. I don't think there's a lot of pirate books out there. I know there are some. I know there's one by, I think, Tim Powers on Stranger Tides, something like that. I could be completely wrong about that, but anyway. What about you? Are you a fan of pirates? Have you read pirate books? Can you recommend any good pirate books? Have you watched pirate movies? Can you recommend any good pirate movies? Let me know in the comments below. If you have any comments, questions, or corrections, please put those in the comments below. Comments are open for spoilers. Just post a spoiler warning. We try to be polite here at the Low Budget Review Show. Please like, share, and subscribe, all the usual YouTube stuff. And if you care to follow me on other social media, my Twitter is @Ronan5757. My Instagram, where I post pictures of books, comic books, board games, fuzzy animals, is ErikSmith5757. That's Eric with a K, ERIKSMITH 5757. On Blue Sky, I am @ELSmith. And that's all I've got. This has been the Low Budget Review Show. I have been Eric Smith, and until next time, read more books.